Hello, I'm Daniela Hogarth. We're sitting outside this morning on our deck area because that's where I like to keep my slow cooker. That way I can cook anything I like for as long as I like, and it doesn't bother anybody except maybe the neighbours. So today we're going to be making bone broth, and I want to show you it's nothing to be scared of, and it's the easiest thing that you can make. All you need to do is go to your butcher and ask for them to cut up some bone marrow bones for you. That way you don't need to worry about what they look like. If you have courage, you can try and use a chicken carcass. It doesn't look too scary. And when you're really experienced, maybe you could try some chicken's feet. But even I'm not there yet, so that's fine. So to start with, we just have our crock pot or our slow cooker ready. I think mine is a 5-litre one. And you just put in your bones. Here I have 1 kilo of bones, and they've already been chopped up by the butcher. I like to work with about 1 kilo of bones or chicken carcass to about 4 litres of water. And then I like to add 1 teaspoon of sea salt. Now this is optional. If you don't want to add your sea salt at the beginning, you can add it as you drink it when you would like to have it. And then I like to add about 100 ml or half a cup of vinegar. The vinegar, or you could use apple cider vinegar or even kombucha, that helps just to break down the bones and to pull out all of the beautiful nutrients and minerals from the bones that we're after. Then what I like to do is just add in 1 onion, and I've just chopped 1 small onion in half, 1 carrot, don't bother peeling or chopping it. And I've got some celery leaves here. These are all great for flavour. You will get some vitamins from them, but because we're cooking it for so long, we're really just adding this for flavour. And then I've got some coriander here. Now this is not the freshest coriander, it's been in the jar for a few days. Don't worry, it's all going to be cooked down. And then just a little bit of rosemary from the garden as well. So that's all gone in, and then all we do now is just add about 4 litres of water. Now I'm adding in hot water here just to make the process a little quicker. There we go. Okay, so that's my crock pot full, or my slow cooker is now full. So what I do then is just put the lid on and put it on high for the first hour so that I can get the water hot and boiling and really get that meat cooked straight away. And then after about 1 hour, I turn it down to a low or a simmer and let it sit. Now if I'm doing red meat bones, then I need to let it cook for 2 days, so that's 48 hours. If it's chicken, just 1 day is fine, 12 hours will be good enough. Now what you do after you have finished cooking, you strain off the ingredients. So what you do is you just pick up the whole slow cooker and pour it into a large colander, into a container. Be very careful not to pour this into the sink because you will lose all of your beautiful broth down the sink. I have made that mistake before, so if you do, don't worry. So you pour everything into here, and then with the juice or the broth, you can wait for it to cool, and then you can put it into little containers to freeze. Now these are some that I've done before. These are little takeaway containers, so the plastic is quite thin. You want to be careful of the leaching, so that's why I wait for it to be completely cooled before I put it in these little containers. And these stack perfectly in the freezer. And what I suggest you do is just get a little bit of masking tape and a pen, write down bone broth and the date that you made it, so that when you have it in the freezer you can use it up in the right order as to when you made it. So that's pretty much it. The last thing I want to share with you is the bits that you strain off. So in here would be the bones and maybe a little bit of meat that's fallen off the bones, and your herbs and vegetables. I suggest that you actually keep them peel off the meat from the bones and add it to perhaps a spaghetti bolognese sauce or a stir fry. You can mix it up in the blender so that it becomes more like a mashed meat, or you can just discard it, put it in the compost, or throw it away. That's your choice, but there's still some good minerals and vitamins in that meat, and it's actually quite delicious. So there you are, they're my helpful tips for how to make bone broth soup, and I hope you give it a go. I like to have at least one serving a day or every 2 days, so about once a week or once a fortnight I'm making up a new batch. So thanks for sharing your time with me today. I'm Daniela Hogarth. Thank you.